Hello everybody, this is Andrew again with Garthakian Gaming, and I've got another unboxing for you guys today. Today's model is the new unit attachment for the Warpborn Skinwalkers, the Warpborn Alpha from Privateer Press for the Circle Orboros faction. So what I've done is I've taken all the parts out of the blister. Haven't even cleaned it at all yet, just laid all the parts out to show you guys. And we'll start over here on the left, and this here is the upper body of the model with his cloak already attached to it, and he's got like some like braids coming off here, and there's some like spikes in the cloak itself, so a little bit different from the cloaks on the normal guys with that. And here we'll flip it over. You can see the front of it here, just a bunch of hair and a spot for his head. Here's one leg and the rest of the lower body, like a loincloth, and here's the other leg, so you do have to put those two parts together. This here is this is his weapon, his poleaxe. Got the other hand with like some claw things on it. There's his head, and then this part here has the lower jaw, because you have to put the lower jaw on the head, and it's got 3 spikes that get bigger, and those go down his back. He's got spikes growing out of his spine, and of course the base. So that's the model itself. It's pretty large, and it's about the same price as just the individual Warpborn Skinwalkers when they were in metal. So he was about $20. So let me just move all the pieces out of the way here, and then I'll show you his stats and compare him to the unit itself. So just clear this off. Okay. So what you see here is the unit card on the left and the new Alpha on the right. And just looking at their stats, they're pretty much identical, except that the Alpha has 1 higher mat, so he's mat 7, and he's basically he's an officer. But offensively, like, his weapon is the same as theirs. Looking at points cost down here, we see that he is 3 points just to add him to the unit. So if you want to take a full unit of Skinwalkers plus the Alpha, that's an 11-point unit. So it's a little pricey, but that's a big unit full of hit points. That's 48 hit points worth of damage that your opponent has to do to completely kill these guys. But if you do look, you can see you can take a 3-man unit of Skinwalkers. I'll show you right here for 5 points, and then add him for the other 3. So it's only a 4-man unit instead of a 6-man unit, but it's the same cost as taking just your normal 5-man unit of these, and he does make the unit more survivable, which I will show you here in a second when we look at the different stats or his different abilities. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that right now. So flip these cards over here. And there we go. So you see the original unit had Relentless Advance and Unyielding. So +2 speed on the turn after they've been wounded by your opponent, and then +2 armor once they get into melee or engage an enemy model. Well, he also has Unyielding. He also has the Relentless Advance. But these abilities are what make him really good, in my opinion. And the first one is Granted Blood Drinker. And so this gives the entire unit Blood Drinker. And what that means is immediately after they destroy a living model with a melee attack, they can end their activation and heal a D3 damage. So not only do they become armor 18 once they get into melee, which is tough enough, +8 hit points, they now have the ability to heal themselves. In addition to that, he gives the rest of the unit a tactics ability called Rapid Strike, and Rapid Strike allows them to make 1 additional melee attack each combat action. So they're getting 2 attacks with reach at POW plus strength 13. And if they kill something on their first attack, they don't have to, in their activation, to trigger Blood Drinker. You can try to kill something with the second attack, and then if you do, end your activation then, and then heal something with Blood Drinker. Because if you use Blood Drinker after the first attack, you have to end your activation so you don't get the second attack with that model. The other ability that he has is Retaliatory Strike. And the way this works is when he's hit by a melee attack made by an enemy model during your opponent's turn, after that attack is resolved, so assuming he's still alive, he can immediately make one normal melee attack against that model. Now, I don't believe you can use Blood Drinker off of Retaliatory Strike. I may be wrong on that, though. The only reason I don't think you can is because part of Blood Drinker is you have to end your activation. With Retaliatory Strike, you're not activating the model. He's just making a free attack. So I might have to do some research on that, or if you're interested, you can check that out. I'm sure that that question has been asked on the Privateer Press forums. So that's the new Warpborn Alpha. And what I usually do, like when I take the Skinwalker unit, I usually end up taking it as a 5-man unit. I just go ahead and pay the 8 points, because that makes it such a anvil of a unit, and they're really good at tying something up, that you then have time to get another unit over to them to help clear them out. Because sure, they're only mat 6, which isn't great for a melee unit, but it's their ability to just hold out for a period of time until something can come over there and reinforce them. Well, him giving them Blood Drinker makes them even harder to kill if you send them after the right models, which typically I do end up sending them after units of infantry. But then he also gives them that Rapid Strike, so they can swing twice. So that may make them better at clearing out units of infantry. And then I always forget, actually there is a misprint on his card. They left the reach icon off of his poleaxe, but he does have reach. That's actually in the most recent errata that they released a couple of weeks ago. So that is the new Warpborn Alpha, and I'm really excited to get him put together and try him out. I'll let you guys know how that goes. If you have any more questions about this model or the unit, or if you have any other ideas on a way to use him better, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.